Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
You'll see that right there.
Yeah.
I went through the dash and then up into the headliner.
There's more information about the police-involved shooting in West Fargo last night that left one man dead.
It started when a West Fargo police officer attempted to stop a driver on a traffic violation. The man would not pull over, and at one point, he rammed into a squad car.
The chase ended in the 1000 block of 11th Street West, where the driver was holed up in his pickup. 32-year-old Justin Lee Dietrich was shot after leaving his pickup. He later died at Sanford Hospital. The officers involved in the shooting will remain on paid administrative leave during the investigation.
Valley News Team's Melanie Palmer has more on what happened in this West Fargo neighborhood. She joins us live with more. Melanie?
Mike, Andrea, we're here right now where it all happened. Many residents were evacuated from their homes, and this driveway right here was in the middle of it all. We're told the victim's car came down this road, knocked over the mailbox that used to be over here, and crashed into a pickup truck on this driveway, causing pretty significant damage. And many residents in this neighborhood are still shaken after this police-involved shooting sent gunshots ringing into the night. Barry Niskertsky says he's never seen anything like this in his neighborhood.
Had squads go by and that got our attention to look out the window, and next thing I know the pickup is coming back this way and drove through the snowbank, hit the mailbox and hit the car and the pickup.
Niskertsky's driveway was right in the middle of the action. Shortly after 8 p.m., he and his wife were evacuated from their home and didn't return until this morning.
Called us and had us shut off the lights, make it dark and be safe.
They were gone by the time shots were fired, but Niskertsky tells us he could still hear them from the nearby hotel they were taken to by authorities. He says he was never scared because he thought officers had the situation under control.
They handled it very well.
And now, with the leftover bullet holes embedded in his truck, he says he won't soon forget it. Niskertsky said he's now looking at getting a new truck, but he's just happy no innocent bystanders were harmed in this whole ordeal. He and his wife both agree this neighborhood has always been pretty quiet. And joining me now is another neighbor, Sarah Zimmerman, and you were telling me the same thing. This has always been a pretty nice, quiet place. So tell me what your reaction was when members of the SWAT team came knocking on your door last night.
Well, we actually were supposed to have the lights out, and so when I heard the knocking on their back deck door, we actually called 911 because we didn't know who was at our door, and it ended up to be the SWAT team, so they had escorted us out, and we were able to leave the premises.
Okay. So. And you said you were able to stay somewhere last night, so you weren't here when anything else serious happened, right?
No, we didn't come back until about 6:30 this morning.
Well, thank you for joining us here, Sarah. And as we said earlier, many residents are still surprised about all the events that unfolded here last night. Mike, Andrea?
All right, thanks, Melanie. That incident is still under investigation, headed up by the North Dakota Bureau of Criminal Investigation. We have more on this incident, including the names of the officers involved in the shooting. That's posted on our website. Go to valleynewslive.com.
A tense situation with an armed man not too far away from a couple of schools in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota, caused students to be brought back inside during dismissal. Around 3:15 p.m., police got a call about someone sleeping in the back seat of a parked car for 3 hours at the Food and Fuel gas station. When officers got there, they noticed the man was armed with a silver revolver. The situation unfolded just as kids were being dismissed from Detroit Lakes Middle School and Roosevelt Elementary, just 1 block from the scene. After multiple commands to leave his car, the man finally got out. 37-year-old James Poitra of Detroit Lakes is being held on several charges, including felon in possession of a firearm. He's being held in the Becker County Jail. The schools resumed normal protocol once the situation was secure.
On to a developing story out of north central Minnesota. The mother of a missing 27-year-old woman confirmed to Valley News Live that her daughter has been found dead. Amy Dow's mother says the family found her daughter's body yesterday afternoon in an area that had already been searched. Dow was reported missing on January 27th after leaving her home in Ponoma, Minnesota. Police are calling the case an unattended death. They say that there is no danger to the public. Now, that body has been sent for an autopsy. Coming up tonight on Valley News Live at 10, we're going to have an exclusive interview with Dow's mom as she explains what led up to finding her daughter's body.
Last night around 7:15, the Cass County Sheriff's Office helped the West Fargo Police Department in a vehicle pursuit. Police say during the incident, a Cass County deputy tried to deploy stop sticks here at an intersection on County Road 11, about 7 miles north of Mapleton. But while trying to avoid the stop sticks, the driver swerved and hit the marked squad car, causing significant damage. Deputies eventually ended the pursuit near Buffalo because of dangerous driving conditions. At the time, no arrests were made. However, the driver has been identified and a report requesting charges has been submitted to the Cass County State's Attorney's Office.
Our temps didn't climb as high as we might have liked today, or what Hutch was expecting them to do. Let's find out from our chief meteorologist what we should expect this evening. Hutch?
Well, this evening we have some winds that are persistent from the south and a bank of clouds working the way through the valley and into northwest Minnesota, and this will slow our rate of cooling as we head into the evening. We are actually at our high temperature for the day of 30, well, we were 33, now 31 degrees. Look at that warmth out west, so 42 for Bismarck. And out in the trees of Minnesota, as we mentioned yesterday, a little warmer there. Mid-30s for Baudette down to Wadena. This evening, upper 20s for most of the evening. The wind will be persistent from the southwest as we go through the overnight. Not as cold overnight, but still we'll see some frost and patchy areas of fog developing. Mid-20s in Grand Forks by bedtime. We'll have details on our modest warm-up as we close out our work week here in just a few moments.
Any kind of warm-up is welcome.
I agree.
All right, thanks.
7 students and the driver of a school van are in the hospital after what officials are calling a horrific crash. The Swift County Sheriff says there are no fatalities in the crash involving a semi-truck in western Minnesota. Officials say the Hancock Public School transport van was taking kids home from school when it collided with the truck in a T-bone style crash. Investigators say the van may have had a yield sign and the semi did not have a stop sign. The children involved were between 8 and 16 years old, and some of them were siblings. The Swift County Sheriff says the crash was a traumatic event for the close-knit community.
Becker County investigators need your help in identifying this man. They say he was dropped off by the white pickup truck, which is pictured on the right side of your screen in the Cormorant area on March 10th. If you have any information on who he is or where he is, call 218-847-2661.
North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum has directed state agencies to fly the U.S. and state flags at half-staff on Friday to honor former Governor George Sinner. Sinner died Friday at the age of 89. His funeral is at 10 a.m. Friday at Nativity Church in Fargo. The Democrat served as governor from 1985 through 1992. He was a native of Fargo and grew up in nearby Castleton. People and businesses also are encouraged to fly flags at half-staff from sunrise to sunset on Friday.
Later on Valley News Live at 6, changes are coming soon on what's required of those who take care of your children in North Dakota.
Up next, a warning tonight concerning a scam that aims to get at your cell phone information.